What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is a very special breakdown. I know some people are going to call me crazy for this, but this is the fight I am most hyped up for, and that is Alexander Hernandez versus Billy Quarantillo. I love this fight. Alexander, the Great Ape Hernandez, it will be going down to 145. You guys know me. I'm a big Beneil Dariush fan, and I have some vitriol for this kid, Alexander Hernandez. But I don't like Billy Quarantillo too. You know what? He beat up AKA Legend Mowgli, fucking Benitez, and he needs to pay. And and yeah, I feel like Alexander Hernandez is the guy to make him pay. And I love the aspect to this fight. The way these guys match up, this is going to be a barn burn. Alexander Hernandez is a first round or bust kind of guy, in my humble opinion. He's had one good fight where I looked at him and was like, okay, he has good cardio. Was the OAM fight, Olivier Mercier-Bien, I think that's how you say that guy's name, the one that just won at PFL. He showed good cardio there, but that's about it. Every other fight, he's kind of gassed out. And I think that the way Billy takes damage, he placates to Alex's style of getting a knockout or getting knocked out. But Billy's pressure, just in your face, clinch, dirty boxing style could break Hernandez. We've seen guys like Cerrone destroy Hernandez in the clinch. But another thing I love about this fight is the weight cut. And I think this is Hernandez's true weight class. I think he was too small. I rewatched some fights of his and I looked at him. I was like, you know what? He kind of looks small at 155. Against Olivier, especially against OAM, he looked small. Against the Cerrone, he looked really small. Against Renato Mocaño, he looked small. And Renato, a former featherweight. So I love this fight for that very aspect, is the weight cut and what this means for both guys. I think Hernandez is a smart kid. I think he's an arrogant sucker. All right, but I think he's changed since that fight, since the Cerrone fight especially. But I think he knows if he can't win this fight, I think he retires. I truly believe Hernandez is that kind of kid that I think he's smart. And he doesn't love fighting just to fight. I think he loves fighting to win championships and to be the best at it. And if he can't be the best at fighting, I don't think he will fight. If you actually listen to this kid speak, he's really smart. Listen to an interview, he sounds like he went to college and all this kind of bull. I forgot what he said. I don't know, was it a law firm or something? He was working somewhere. He had a pretty good job. And then he left it just to compete in MMA. I think he had a bad injury, after wrestling, and that's why he went into college or whatever, to chase some dream of being some stock market expert or whatever. I don't know what his thing was, but you listen to the kid speak, he's a smart kid, honestly, real talk. And I think honestly he doesn't need MMA. I think he just wants to be the best at it, and if he leaves MMA, I think he can actually find a really good job and just live the rest of his life. I honestly do believe that. I think he'll retire if he loses this fight. And yeah, that's how I'm feeling. And at this new weight class for him, I just truly think he's gonna make one last run. I really do. I could be wrong and Billy just breaks this kid, but I think Hernandez makes one last run at being a good mixed martial artist in MMA. And I think he starts with Billy Quarantillo. I could be wrong here, but I truly believe this is Hernandez's start to his 145 run. I think he's going to be legit here. I truly do. And Billy Quarantillo placates to his style. He really does. If you watch it, Billy has to survive the first round. If he does not survive the first round, he's done. That's it. That's where it comes down to. So that's my thing. But yeah, let's talk about the stats. Billy Quarantillo comes with a record of 16-4. He's fighting out of Tampa, Florida, age 34, a height of 5'10", and reached 70. Alexander Hernandez has a record of 13-5, not a great record. He's fighting at San Antonio, Texas, age 30, height of 5'9", and reached 72. So with Hernandez going into this matchup, we look at his resume. He's beaten some great guys. I mean, he has a win over Beneil Dariush in the most disrespectful way, and that's why I feel like, because of the disrespect he showed to Beneil, that's why he's been getting destroyed, okay? All right? That motherfucker got everything he deserved in every loss he's received, all right? I can't describe to you the amount of disrespect he showed to Beneil in that fight. It was all ultimate disrespect. Like, he kicked his fucking hand for the fucking fist bump when Beneil tried to give him the fist bump. He kicked it away. Go watch the fight. He kicked it away. And then he proceeds to knock him the fuck out, which breaks my heart. I remember watching this on the prelims for, I think, UFC 222, Frankie Edgar versus Ortega, and I think Chris Cyborg versus Yana Kunitskaya. I remember that shit because, you know, that was a horrible fucking pay-per-view for me. Beneil getting smoked and Frankie getting smoked for the first time. It sucks. But yeah, I remember that shit. And he fucking smoked Beneil, right? And I was like, yo, and everyone was like, yo, this kid might be legit. And imagine, Beneil wasn't the guy that he is right now. He wasn't that guy before. I'm just being honest. Yeah, he was coming off a loss to Edson Barboza and a draw to Evan Dunham, but he wasn't that guy. Like how we're looking at him like now, like future title contender. He never was really that guy, you know? But if we would have known that Hernandez was the one to starch him, and we know that what Beneil is right now, we'd be like, whoa, Hernandez is something special. But people were like, yo, this kid could be something really special. And he had this almost like TJ Dillashaw kind of hype to him. And that was something a lot of people were comparing him to. And then he fought OAM, and he had a really good wrestling performance. I thought OAM, he fought really dumb. He could have really won the second round if he just would have stayed on top like a normal person. But I don't know what his issue is. But yeah, Hernandez just kind of outworked him, beat him in Canada. And beat him there. And then he fought Donald Cerrone and got humbled. He got humbled bad. I've never seen anyone humbled like this ever in my life. He talked so much mess. And he cut some good promos, man. He talked a lot of good shit. But he got humbled bad. Cerrone beat him up with knees to the body and eventually finished him. Probably one of Cerrone's greatest performances. I really did love that. I'm a big Cerrone fan, so I was so happy he fucking smoked this kid. And yeah, and I kind of didn't like Hernandez still after this, even after he got smoked by Cerrone. He had the fight against Trinaldo, which I thought he lost. And it was funny. He was scheduled against Islam Makhachev, which would have been nuts if we would have seen that fight. But yeah, I thought he lost to Trinaldo. Then he fought Drew Dober. I fought my boy Dober. I told everyone Dober was going to knock him out. He looked all right. He was able to get takedowns, and he was doing okay in that fight, but Dober's pressure and his power broke Hernandez. And that's the thing about Hernandez. He damages really easily, if you notice it, and he breaks really easily. That's something he's a very, like, things have to go his way. But then he had a really good bounce back fight and knockout over Chris Gudismacher, killed Chris Gudismacher, murdered him. And this is when he started fighting at I think Anthony Smith's gym. What is it called? Factor X Muay Thai. He looked really slick and technical after going there. And yeah, he looked good. Then he fought Thiago Moises. Close fight. I thought Thiago won. I don't know why he to this day thinks he got robbed, but Thiago won that fight. I'm sorry, kiddo. It was a good fight. Then he goes and fights Mike Breeden. Murders Breeden. All right, who is not that guy. And that's why I think people start calling Hernandez a can crusher. Then he fights Renato Moicano, who just beat him in every aspect of MMA. In my humble opinion, beat him in the boxing range, and then beating him in the grappling and the wrestling range. And then eventually he hurt him, and then he choked him out. So, and that's what happened. And now we're here. Now Hernandez has decided to give up at lightweight. I'm not saying give up, but move down. And I think it's the right decision. He looks small, y'all. I didn't notice it at first, but he does look really small. He's a jack kid. Don't get it twisted, but he looks small at 155. And I was like, wow, he's not big. And I think we could see a wrestler version of Hernandez because he could be at a speed deficit, but he's a naturally fast guy, so he could still keep his speed at 145. But it'll be interesting. Against Billy, though, I think he'll be faster than Billy, though. But Billy Quarantillo, he's a good fighter, man. Solid, tough. He's a simple guy. All right, he has a win over Camilla Kirk, Jacob Kilburn, Spike Carlisle in a phenomenal fight. Colin Nelson killed Colin Nelson. He did lose to Gavin Tucker, got outworked there. Destroyed my boy Gabriel Benitez, which breaks my heart to this day. And then he had that fight against Shane Burgos, and Shane just destroyed the calf kick. And he didn't destroy the calf kick. He destroyed Quarantillo's calf and just made him a punching bag in there. I thought Quarantillo had good moments in the boxing against Shane and landed some good shots, but he just got his calf got destroyed in that fight. And that's something Hernandez can take from. But against Benitez, though, he looked amazing. His wrestling looked amazing. His pressure looked amazing. That's something he's gonna have to utilize against Hernandez. The way he fought against Benitez is how he's gonna fight. He needs to fight against Hernandez. He needs to put pressure. He cannot be scared to get knocked out. He just can't. He has to come to grips with the fact that Hernandez has power, and he's going to have to just be defensively responsible, get close, put pressure, just get Hernandez tired. Hernandez naturally gets tired, and if there's ever been a grinder, a guy that doesn't give up, a guy that pushes the pace, it's Billy Quarantillo. That's who he is naturally, and he put it on my guy Benitez and put me to shame that day. I really thought Benitez was going to win, but Benitez had a moment in the third round. He dropped him, and that's something I can see Hernandez capitalizing on. But to get to the matchup, after talking about all their resumes and all their past fights, I just honestly believe Hernandez matches up so well with Billy Quarantillo, especially in that first round. Billy's hittable. I don't think he has better wrestling than Hernandez. And I truly, truly believe Hernandez, if he fucking, man, he touches that chin, I think he'll knock him out. I obviously, what's it called? What was I gonna say? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought, y'all. Obviously, if Billy can survive it, I think he beats Hernandez, but I think Hernandez is gonna smoke this kid. I really do, and I'm rocking with Hernandez by first round TKO or KO. I think Hernandez is gonna look amazing at 145. I think Hernandez, if he wants to take to the ground, I think he could win there. But I think the speed difference in that first round is going to be crazy. And I think we're going to see a Alexander Hernandez knockout victory at UFC 282. I can't wait for this fight. You guys are going to call me crazy. This is the most hyped I am for this fight because it's just the styles matchup. Because I could see Billy winning one way and I could see Hernandez winning one way. And they're like very highly likely to go that way. And I just want to see which one will win. So I'm going to rock with the first round TKO and KO. Prediction for Hernandez, and I think Hernandez is going to look amazing at 145. I kind of want to see this kid do better. I want to see him make a career renaissance because I didn't like him at first. I really didn't. I kind of hated his guts. But I did listen to a recent interview with him. He's really humble. I think he learned a lot from those losses. And I kind of want to see this kid do good, man. I don't want to see this kid always lose and get beat up all the time, you know? I know a lot of people enjoy seeing that for him. I did it too. I'm not gonna act like a saint, but yeah, I wanna see Hernandez get the victory. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love y'all and goodbye. Your boy eBay Fight Predictions out of here. Follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. Love y'all and goodbye.